Hi, this is Professor McLaughlin. I wanted to provide a brief video that demonstrated a little bit of what I was trying to get you to practice with the Module 9 and the Westlaw. It's awkward for several reasons because I had you working in Westlaw and on Blackboard, and that may have contributed to some of the difficulties. So this is on your screen is my Westlaw. I already opened it. It's got a search box ready, and I have it set for California and all federal databases. And then what I'd like to do is open. So down here are are the questions that you were asked, and I'm hoping this shows up okay. So using the find function, which is really, and maybe some of the, how do I put this? Some of the ambiguities and confusion regarding what somebody's asking, that's always going to continue. How do I put it? That is the challenge of communication in the workplace and communication with lawyers in general. Part of all of your paralegal classes, but this one in particular, I've come to learn, is it is not always possible to tell you exactly without ambiguity what you need to do. Maybe in math, yes. But that won't always be, that will be challenging, and to demand that the other person communicate with exact precision so that you never have to ask a follow-up question is not realistic. And sometimes you just have to figure it out. And that's a skill that I do like you guys developing, and a skill that's definitely developed by this class, whether it's being taught online or in person. Okay, so the first question was locate, you have a case citation, it said locate the case and what are the parties' names. So that's the case, we're going to search. And the parties' names are here. Anthony Coligas and Heftel Broadcasting Corp. What court decided the case? Second question, or part B. It's the Supreme Court of Illinois. All right, I'll try and do this more smoothly. What is the date of the decision? 1992, right here. I don't want to highlight it. It will get rid of. And why does the case have a yellow warning flag? And that's up here. And any of your answers, if it said negative treatment, if it, and I'll go back in and I will go back in and correct whatever, you know, it's possible Blackboard gave you funky responses, but you could have said negative treatment by a particular case. And so let's click on the yellow flag rather. And so here it was just trying to get you to click the flag, take a look at negative treatment, and try and get a handle on how Westlaw groups cases that do not follow stare decisis and do not follow precedent. So there will be decisions. So the Colgas v. Heftel Broadcasting Corp. were not followed. They were. This case was negatively treated by all these other cases. And negative direct history would have been, it got overruled by a federal district court or something. But negative citing references will say, and distinguish by means that these cases, Illinois Federal Court. This is Illinois Federal Court. These are federal courts. That might be state court. I'm not familiar with all the district. This will be a federal court. These federal courts did not follow the Supreme Court of Illinois, and this case was distinguished when they made this decision. So we like words, not we like, but if something went smoothly and it followed stare decisis, it would have been followed by. How many citations have been made to this case? How many, where was it? Why does it have a yellow flag warning? I'll go back and look. If you could have, I'll have to go look and see what your answers were on those, but I really will take, it's funky with Blackboard, what you're able, how Blackboard grades. How many entries are in the case history? History, so we click this button here, 3 entries. Cool graphic. How many citations have been made to this case? Well, it grew, so maybe some of you got that wrong because it grew since I created the assignment. 1248, but now 1254. Okay. Now moving on. The question was, find a reported case in the Circuit Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, decided in 1995 with the name McClellan. So I copy. So it's the Ninth Circuit. So now what I wanted you to do is fool around with, so we only want federal, and we want federal, the Ninth Circuit. And that's now the only the Ninth Circuit. So now our database that we're searching, our library that we're searching is specifically the Ninth Circuit. We want McClellan in 1995. Let's see what we get. U.S. v. McClellan. How many times has this case been cited? So let's open it. Uh, 531, is that the answer? Oh, okay. Well, the numbers may change, which it's okay. I won't count that off. That's the design problem with the assignment, that the number may have changed. At the time I created the assignment 529 times, but really just getting you to look at these tabs up here and understanding what they're about. Is there any subsequent history? If so, give the citation. So subsequent history, declined to be followed by U.S. v. Smith in March 2009. So we're going to click history. What was the question? Is there any subsequent history? This is, okay, so we need things that followed, cases that followed. Sorry, I think negative treatment's going to be where you get the best answer. Subsequent history, U.S. v. Smith, that was the one I was looking for. In the Illinois state database, how many cases have dealt, okay, so now moving on. Now we're going to ask questions about the Illinois state case database. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to, because I'm lazy, I'm going to do this now, 1998. So the question is, in the Illinois state case database, how many cases have dealt with intentional infliction of emotional distress since 1998? We're going to go back up here. Now we only want Illinois. We don't want any federal. I'm changing my database. And here, actually, I'm going to change this and go over here to the filters and say for dates, where's dates? Usually my students see this stuff before me. Specific date. Oh, hang on. Date range from 1998 until 2016. Oh, right. All dates after 1998. And we only want cases. So I need to apply the filters. I'm going to search one last time. Okay, so now I have intentional infliction of emotional distress. Did my filters remain? I got to do this again because I messed it up. Okay, and I'm going to apply filters. All right, so the question was how many cases since 1998 dealt with intentional infliction of emotional distress? Wow. Illinois, am I in Illinois State? I wonder why I had 30. Because this is 265. Let's see what you guys came up with. Next question, what is the citation of the most recent case that comes up? And we're going to look over here. It's that Welsh Commonwealth, this case right here. This Welsh Commonwealth Edison. All right, moving on. This was a funny one. The the only statute, I got to see what you guys answered. So the only statute, the statute I came up with, so this was the famous Statute of Liberty, located on Bedloes Island. Find and give the citation of the federal statute that governs which state can impose sales tax on this property. And so I came up with this code provision. I'll tell you how. I actually went out of, so now you don't even want to be in here. You want to go back here. We want, well, how did I find it? You know, to be honest, I think for this one I had to go, it was a U.S. Supreme Court case. To be honest, I think I Googled it. Let's do all content. All states, all federal. And we want to say statute of Liberty, hold on, Statute of Liberty, sales tax. So I think I may have to put quotes around sales tax. See what that gets me. I'm not seeing good highlighted terms here. So I'm going to say, let's just click for the heck of it, statutes. And that's a little bit better. You know, in any of these, in the answer key, to be honest, even the publisher didn't have a good answer. I think I copied and pasted, but I read the, just clicking through here. Let's look for the cases. It was a U.S. Supreme Court case. This is a 1991 case. Doesn't say sales tax. Oh, here it is. I don't know if that's the original case. The timing doesn't look right. But this is the states suing each other. These are all the docs. Most of this will be out of plan, I think. Can we get those? Sweet. When I was looking, it was these kinds of statutes that were coming up, which were code provisions that talked about boundaries between the states. But I didn't find, and then I did find a couple of sales tax statutes, but as I said, I'll go in and see what you guys came up with also, because there were some water statutes. Anyway, so I've got to go see. So it's not a great question. I didn't have a really good answer for it. I'm sorry I included it, but it was kind of fun. I did do a little Googling, and hopefully you had some fun looking for it. Don't be mad at me. Okay, the final question was, we're looking for a case within the last 10 years discussing a Fourth Amendment violation when when there's, well, we won't call it a warrantless search, but there's no warrant, and the police are using a dog to sniff around someone's car for drugs. And all I did was I did all state and all federal, and I said drug, dog, sniff, warrantless. Oh, it was the last 10 years, right? Let's apply one of the filters. Date. All dates after, what's 10 years? 2006. Why did I come up with Illinois? Why did I click that one? Oh, because it was the only one where the facts, he was in his car. If it was I think the facts were very similar. Let's see. Stopped in his car by a police officer. But hopefully that wasn't, you could have gotten to that. And then I just copied and pasted the whole thing from right here and put it in the answer key. So many of you could have gotten that by looking at all these cases first, but really the idea was to get you looking at how Westlaw delivered the answers from a particular search, practicing the search, and without frustrating you too much. But I think I don't know. I think some of you were frustrated regardless. So I'm going to post this video and I'll also announce it on Blackboard. Okay. See you guys soon. Okay, bye.